Hi, my name is ZaKaiRan and welcome to my podcast, How to Find Solutions to Your Problems by Focusing on the Solution, not the problem, and why it feels bad to think about problems and to think about things that you don't like and don't want. Or focus on the solution, not the problem, and you'll feel better, then the solution will come. So I hope you enjoy this podcast to help you create a solution to every single problem, because all you got to do is ask and the solution is right there available to you as long as you can open up to it. So here we go. Why does it feel terrible to think about things that you don't like and don't want, like the COVID or Afghanistan or anything that seems wrong or bad or unfair or unjust or unlovable or undesirable on planet Earth and in your life? It's because Source, God, Goddess, all that is, Great Spirit, whatever you want to call it, all that we truly are, the universe, never ever thinks about or focuses upon problems and unwanted, unlikable, and unlovable things. Source is always and only focused 100%, 24/7 on the solution, upon the improvement, upon the evolution, or the next generation, so to speak, improvement of that problem, that conflict, that undesirable thing, that situation in creation. So, as a classic, soon to hopefully be old school example, but currently a current example, if you are thinking about something you don't like and don't want, like the COVID, and you're thinking about where it came from, or if some nefarious force created it for some evil agenda, or what the strategies and conspiracies are behind it, and what the government control is all about, and why, and if you're thinking about all the media hype and all the lies, and you feel bad, well, it's because you're thinking in a contrary way to how Source, and specifically how you as Source, is thinking. And anytime you're thinking about the stupid vaccination, or whether to vaccinate or not, or you're thinking about stupid lockdowns or political decisions, or your lack of freedom, or anyone or anything trying to hinder you in any way or affect you negatively, or if you're thinking about people being sick and dying of the COVID, or even the vaccination, etc., you're going to feel like shit because Source is not thinking about any of that. Because Source is only ever thinking about what we really want. And what we really want has nothing to do with the stupid COVID or any of the insanity associated with it. So what does humanity really want that Source is actually focused upon? Well, humanity wants everything that we can imagine that is good. Humanity wants self-empowerment. Humanity wants health and well-being and prosperity and cooperation and unity. Just think about what are all the things that you want. That's what every single person on planet Earth wants. Humanity wants allowance and honor and respect and love, and for everyone to be happy and healthy and prosper and thrive. Humanity wants everyone to be happy and healthy and prosperous and be healthy. Humanity wants to feel safe and confident and empowered about their own health and their own mortality and really immortality. So pretty much every fearful, angry, us versus them way people are thinking and acting, what people really want is the complete opposite. Like countless other times on planet Earth in history, people are, like now, they're fearfully willing to give up their freedoms and their rights of choice, and perfectly willing to some people are anyway, willing to aggressively take away, to allow other people's rights to be taken away and their freedom of choice to be taken away, and they're perfectly happy to surrender. And that's a key ingredient. To enforce and allow forces to force other people to do things that they don't want to do, and force segregation upon each other and surrender to prejudice and injustice and to allegedly ensure their personal safety and health, regardless of ethics. But none of those things are what people really, really want. And in the near future, a lot of people will experience a lot of regret for their despicable behavior, such as, the white people later have regretted their despicable treatment of indigenous populations in America and Australia and all around the world, and blacks in Africa and the southern blacks of America, and how Germans regretted their choices to follow an idiot megalomaniac, and the Japanese and countless other countries have followed tyrants and megalomaniacs, and people have committed despicable acts of atrocities out of their misguided, fear-based religious or political agendas and propaganda that they were sold and trained and brainwashed, etc., under the guise of safety or to do the right thing, quote unquote, or the it's better us than them, quote unquote, mentality. The point is, no one really wants to act like a total freaking scumbag. No one really wants to hurt anyone else. They are just seriously misguided and lost. No one really wants to be a judgmental, compassionate asshole. It's just that people don't know how to guide themselves. And they feel unworthy and helpless and powerless, and so they look towards other people and the community and their tribe and authorities, whether it's political authorities or religious authorities, and they look towards agreements and mob consensus to give themselves a false feeling of security and a false sense of belonging and a false sense of self-worth and false sense of empowerment, because other people think the same fearful, judgmental ways as them, and misery does love company, and ignorance loves company, and etc. But again, Source does not think that way, and that is why people band together in gangs and armies and mobs and political groups, etc. And join with thug-like right-wing communities and groups, and why they're happy for governments to tell them what to do and what is supposedly best for them, and why people let governments and the media and the medical communities and pharmaceutical companies tell them how to think, because most people don't know how to think for themselves, and people don't know how to make their own bloody decisions and follow their own inner guidance, because no one has ever taught them how to follow their guidance. No one's taught them how to follow their own feelings. Most people on earth have been trained to follow the guidance of their peers and their friends and their parents and their lovers and the clergy and teachers and governments, etc., to keep, all of them happy, rather than, follow their own inner knowing. Most people are still living lives with a tribal mentality for fear that they will be rejected by their tribe and be cast out and eaten by the wolves and the tigers. And people look to the tribe to give them self-worth. If the tribe approves of their, behavior, then they feel worthy and happy. And if the tribe disapproves of their behavior and judges them to be unworthy, and then of course then people feel unworthy and not good enough and powerless and helpless and scared. And so most people are afraid to speak their own truth for fear of being judged by the tribe as being selfish, and then be cast out or stoned or at least rejected and ridiculed by the tribe, and worse, be judged and condemned and fined and imprisoned. So most people just keep their heads down so it is not chopped off. And most people just do as they're told to keep everyone else happy and keep the peace. But choosing to follow the wishes of others and pleasing others at the expense of your own happiness and your own dreams never feels good. But neither does fighting against the tribe or fighting against the system. It feels bad to fight against the problem, or to fight against the governments, or to fight against the corporations, because Source is not thinking about the problem. Fighting against what already exists is a futile waste of your powerful creative energy. Source is only interested in creating new things, not trying to change old things. So it doesn't feel good to toe the line and do as you're told and follow the guidance of others, even if it is well-meaning guidance. And it doesn't feel good to revolt and fight against anything you don't like and don't want. Because you, as Source, is focusing on what you do want. Source is not ever fighting the same fight as you and is never focused on the problem. Your Source is only focused on the solution. And fighting against what you don't like only creates more things you don't like that you must fight against anyways. So what should you do? What's the answer? The answer is surrender. The answer is allow. And I know that's not the typical thing you can imagine because you've been trained to fight for your freedom, fight for your happiness, fight for your prosperity, etc. But the answer is to not focus on humanity. Focus on the universe, as it were. Focus on Source and allow Source to give you what you want. The answer is surrender. The answer is allow. The answer is be easy. The answer is forget about what you don't want and focus on what you do want. The answer is think about and talk about and do what feels good. Think about things and people and creatures and situations that feel good to think about those things. And then you'll create and attract those things that feel good to have in your life. If you've been doing a whole bunch of stinking thinking and you feel bad, well then just stop and ask yourself, what would feel better? What thoughts would feel better for me to think about? Thinking about what you don't want and feeling bad because of it? Well, just pivot and say, okay, I'm very clear about what I don't want here. I really hate this. This really sucks, but don't go on a rampage about how much you hate it. Stop there and then go, so what do I really want here? And then, instead of rampaging about what you don't want, start rampaging about what you do want. Start dreaming and rampaging and affirming and writing about and blogging about and making videos about all the wonderful things and situations you want to be, do, and have in your life. And the first thing that happens is you will feel better. And you'll start to be happy. And you'll start to feel excited. And that alone is good enough because the only reason you want anything is to be happy in the first place. But aside from that, because you're now feeling happy, well, what you want can and will come to you. Because your desire that you know will make you happy is the same vibration as the joy you now feel. Just thinking about your desire. That's why we enjoyed daydreaming as kids so much. But what do you do if your big-ass problem is staring you in the face and got a knife to your throat and all seems lost? And all you seem to be able to do is bang the drum of the problem. Well, the answer is distract yourself with anything that's fun. So that, so you can leave the problem alone for a while. Get happy in any way possible and distract your attention away from the problem, and then the solution can and will come to you. It's just like when you lose something important like your keys and you search and search and search and panic. You're searching all over the house and you keep saying, I can't find my keys anywhere. My keys are nowhere. And of course your negative information, your negative affirmation is manifesting, and you just can't find them anywhere. And no matter where you look, your keys are nowhere to be found. But if you can just leave the problem alone and distract yourself and go do something else and make a call, eat your breakfast, have a shower, get dressed, make love to your wife, snuggle your dog, pet your cat, get dressed, etc. And then while you're doing something else that is seemingly inconsequential, you find your keys in your pants pocket. Or you find them in between the cushions of the chair, the couch where you sit down at. So how do you find solutions to your problems? By distracting yourself from your problem. It's very simple. Get happy. Have fun. Think about what you want. Dream about what you want. Rampage about what you want. Write about what you want. Make videos about what you want. Blog about what you want. Talk to your friends about what you want. Talk to your therapist about what you want. And then the solution, what you want, can and will come to you. That is how the law of attraction works. Remember, the entire universe is conspiring for you, not against you. All that is, all of creation wants you to be, do, and have everything that you want. And is 100% helping you and guiding you. And arranging all of the cooperative elements for you to create and attract absolutely everything and anything that you desire. So focus on your dreams and desires rather than the problems that inspired those dreams and desires, and all of your dreams will come true. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you get something from it, please share with your friends. Bless them with these amazing teachings. Come visit me at ZaKaiRan.com for tons more self-empowering videos and podcasts and articles and books and products and coaching and support to help you become a conscious and amazing, deliberate creator. Whatever you want in your life to create the happiness and the health and the wealth and abundance and freedom you desire. My name is ZaKaiRan, and I help success-minded people create the happy, abundant lifestyle you love. Thanks again for watching this video or listening to this podcast, and I wish you immense joy and adventure and abundance and excitement and adventure. I already said adventure. I like adventure. And freedom. I like freedom. And fun. Lots of fun. On your magnificent journey of divine creation. And, of course, remember to make life a holiday. Woohoo!